Good.
I know.
Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of March 22nd, 2016. Mayor Delcor is away and I, as Deputy Mayor, will be presiding over this evening's meeting. Ms. Borak, please call the roll.
Committeemember Schutz?
Here.
Committeemember McCauley?
Here.
Committeeman Thompson? Deputy Mayor Sirachi?
Here.
Mayor Delcor.
Please join me in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that the notice of this meeting was made by the posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on March 22nd, 2016. First, I would like us to pause for a moment of silence in honor of Doris Flatley. She was Hillsborough's first female firefighter who unfortunately passed away this past Thursday, on March 17th, at the age of 83. Doris had been a member of Station 37 for 35 years since 1983 and was a life member of the department. That's the Route 206 firehouse. She was also a member of our Hillsborough community for 40 years. So again, I'd like to just pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. First up, we have approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of March 9th, 2016, regular session?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeemember Schutz?
Yes.
Committeemember McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sirachi?
Abstain. Next up are reports from committee liaisons. First up, Committeemember Shett.
All right, I have two announcements tonight. From Public Works, Hillsborough Township 2016 annual cleanup coupons are now available at the Department of Public Works for both senior pickup and access to the Otten Road dump facility. The DPW garage is located at 21 East Mountain Road next to the YMCA, where you can pick up your coupons. They are open from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Visit the township website or the Friday e-newsletter for more information. Now save the date. Assemblyman, please save the date. So we were just joking before this started. So it's more than 6 weeks away, so I'm not sure who's going to listen to this. Hillsborough Township will host the 11th annual Salute to Veterans Breakfast, Memorial Day Parade, and Garden of Honor ceremony on Saturday, May 28th. So put that on your calendar. For more details, will be released very shortly. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Committeeman. Woman.
It's hard to
McCauley.
say, I know.
I know.
Thanks. This evening, I just wanted to do a couple of reminders for police safety, public safety. Chief Darren Powell in the back of the room. Hi, Chief. And the Hillsborough Police Department would like to remind everyone to please lock your car doors. It's really easy for someone to walk by and see something inside and kind of snatch it. And we just want to make sure that you're locking your car doors and being sure that you're not getting anything stolen. There's been a couple break-ins lately. With the arrival of spring, there's a lot of bikers and walkers out there, so just a quick reminder, people on the road. There's new drivers on the road, there's the schools, there's everything local around, so just be aware that the parks, Duke's Park, etc., a lot of pedestrian crosswalks and things like that. Just please take extra caution and reminder, people are on the roads these days, so be careful out there. As far as recreation, the Township Recreation Spring Activities Guide is now available. That includes all recreation program offerings, including youth golf clinics, youth tennis clinics, youth music and cooking classes, adult sport and fitness programs. Our Run Around the Park is on April 2nd, and the summer basketball leagues. Registration is open and available, and it is available on the recreation website to apply. 2016 summer camp will be held June 20th to August 12th at various locations throughout the township. Camps are open to ages 5 through 14. Those who have not finished kindergarten, those who have finished kindergarten from age 5 and up We will have a fun half-day tiny camp program for those ages 4 and 5 who have not yet finished kindergarten also. Recreation camps are fun, affordable, and close to home, so please sign up. Registration is available on the recreation website. And that's it for me this evening.
Thank you, Committeewoman.
Welcome.
I have a few items this evening, maybe more than a few. First up, finance update. The state of New Jersey has released the 2013 homestead benefit credits. This year, 2,397 property owners in Hillsborough will receive tax credits totaling almost $1.3 million. The tax collector will be mailing revised second quarter bills to those residents who received the property tax benefit in early April. If your taxes are paid through your mortgage lender, they will be also notified as well. And next up, I've seen a few posters around town and school. The Hillsborough Joes versus NFL Pros. Assemblymen, please take note of this one too. Tickets are available for Hillsborough Joes versus the NFL Pros. Scoring Points for Kids charity basketball game at the high school. It'll take place Saturday, April 9th. Doors will open at 5:30 p.m. for VIP and at 6:30 for general admission. To obtain tickets, please contact Minda Maggio at the Life Skills office for your tickets. She can also be reached directly at 908-431-6600, extension 2809, again 908-431-6600, extension 2809. And stay tuned for this week's e-newsletter, and I believe we do. If you don't get the e-newsletter from the mayor, I believe there are cards to sign up to receive that. And hopefully we will have a full listing of who the NFL players will be. So again, just come out on April 9th. It was a great event, I know, 2 years ago. And as we said, we almost pulled it off. We were handed off the Township Committee a 25-point lead.
I lose that game.
And we wound up
clearly
losing by
remember.
1. So our goal is to hang on to that 25-point lead this time. So
I still have nightmares.
oh, there shouldn't be any nightmares. Anthony's the one with nightmares because I hit him in the back of the head with the ball. That's what I remember.
Yeah, nice pass.
Next up, volunteer appreciation. April is National Volunteer Appreciation Month, and it is a time to celebrate and honor those who dedicate their time to be stewards and leaders within communities through their volunteerism. Hillsborough Township is kicking off Volunteer Appreciation Month with a new recognition program. The volunteer spirit in Hillsborough is a tremendous asset to our community. As such, it is only fitting that we take the time to recognize those individuals who give so freely of themselves in the many selfless ways in support of our community. Nominations and recommendations for volunteer recognition can be made by completing the online recommendation form or by requesting a copy. Should be via our email. To whose attention should that come through?
It's going to be a Google form that they can submit.
Okay.
It'll be in Friday's e-newsletter.
It'll be Friday's, okay, so we will have a Google form. Okay, we're really getting high tech. So all recommendations will be taken into consideration, so don't be shy in forwarding someone's name. They will be reviewed. Those selected will be honored at the April 26th Township Committee meeting with a joint proclamation honoring all selected volunteers. So again, as our clerk had mentioned, there will be more details in this Friday's e-newsletter. And just to keep in mind that we do need to have those forms submitted by April 15th. So as everyone knows, and as your parents will know, that's the tax deadline. So easy date to remember to get those forms in. Next up, the Credit Card Advisory Committee. Applications are available for the grants that are made available through our Hillsborough Rewards Credit Card Program. Again, the applications are on the Township website, or they can be picked up in person in the administration office. And the grants are available for any Township-based nonprofit that serves senior or youth organizations. The grants are for up to $2,000. And again, it's all funded through the Hillsborough Township Credit Card Rewards Program. The program is, again, the grant application process is a great resource, for our local organizations to obtain, I know in these times, desperately needed funding for needed equipment. And what's great about this program, it comes without any expense to Hillsborough's taxpayers. The applications, however, time is running out. They are due April 1st. Let's see. So, and I know as the mayor states and reminds residents at every meeting to stay connected with us. There's many ways in which you can be connected to what is happening here in the township. We have the, as I mentioned a couple of times already, the Friday e-newsletter. We also have Nixle, Honeywell Instant Alert, and Twitter that we provide announcements on anything that is going on in township, including any emergency alerts. So be sure that you are connected. So with that, that's all the announcements I have for this evening. So now we'll be moving on to what I think most people here are for some proclamations this evening. However, I do ask that, once you receive your recognition or proclamation, is to please resume your seat until everyone has received their proclamations. And then we will most certainly take a brief pause, that if you do want to leave, we're not offended. But if you do want to stay for the rest of the evening, more power to you. We just don't have any refreshments or anything. So first up, we have a proclamation declaring March as National Nutrition Month. And I believe we have Samantha Nuzio. Oh, she's already jumping up from ShopRite here to accept this proclamation. And Commitment McCauley, would you please join me? Okay. Whereas food is a substance by which life is sustained, and whereas the type, quality, and amount of food that individuals consume each day plays a vital role in their overall health and physical fitness, as well as the prevention of chronic diseases. And whereas there is a need for continuing nutrition education and wide-scale effort to enhance good eating practices. And whereas National Nutrition Month, a nutrition education information campaign sponsored annually by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, helps spread the word about the importance of a healthy diet and regular exercise. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, in conjunction with the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and ShopRite of Hillsborough, do hereby declare March as National Nutrition Month. Be it further proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, encourages all Hillsborough residents to join the campaign and become concerned about the nutrition and the nutrition of others in the hope of achieving optimum health for both today and tomorrow. Signed by the Mayor and all members of the Township Committee.
I want to thank the Township Committee for recognizing March as National Nutrition Month. Everybody in this room, especially all those athletes out there, know how important nutrition truly is. And I just want to remind everyone that our services through ShopRite are free. We do so many different types of programs, and anything that you would like to do or you have an idea, you can always come to me. I'm open to so many different things. So any way that you'd like to learn a little bit more, I'm here for you. So if you guys have any questions, my office is right next to the pharmacy. I see a lot of familiar faces, so I'm always here. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry, everyone. In the back, I made little goodie bags for you guys. So there's some, I have 50 of them, so I hope that's enough. They have little crispy fruits, raisins, and a little measuring cup for you guys. So.
So next up, is Juliana Parker. Okay, whereas Juliana Parker, a senior at Hillsborough High School, has completed her final season representing the Hillsborough High School swim team. And whereas Juliana finished her Hillsborough High School swimming career capturing her third straight victory in the 100-yard butterfly, being crowned state champion at the Meet of Champions, finishing in 55.3 seconds. And whereas Juliana has earned 9 state championship titles, 3 being individual and 6 in relays throughout her swimming career at Hillsborough High School. And whereas 2 of Juliana's relay titles still hold the New Jersey state record. And whereas Juliana was named the 2015 New Jersey State Female Swimmer of the Year. And whereas Coach Todd Sudol stated that Juliana has been a complete joy to coach. She was always willing to listen. And whereas Juliana will be attending the University of San Diego in the fall of 2016 and will once again be demonstrating her abilities, sense of teamwork, and character. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor, and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, do hereby condemn Juliana Parker, getting dry here, not only for the awards and championships she has won, but also for her unwavering teamwork, dedication, and sportsmanship throughout the season. Be it further proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, further commend Juliana Parker for the honor that she has brought to herself, her team, and our community through her many achievements. We wish her well in all of her future endeavors. Signed by the Mayor and the members of the Township Committee. Congratulations. Okay, so the Hillsborough High School girls swim team, why don't you come on up? Got to join Juliana up here.
In a box.
Don't worry, you'll still have to mention the picture later. Okay. Whereas the 2015-2016 Hillsborough High School girls swim team had a very successful season because of their hard work and dedication. And whereas the 2015-2016 Hillsborough High School girls swim team comprised of the following young athletes.
Anushka Khanna, Catherine Nguyen, Sankhya Parvachal, Jessica D'Agostino, Megan Tevnin, Hannah Swasan, Stephanie Maurer,
Jordan McChesney, Elena Swasan,
Haley Tevnin, Monica Stamler, Juliana Parker, Amanda Simon, Rachel Karen, Kari Patain, Megan Bull, Alana Staskowitz, Samperna Chaudhary,
Coach Todd Sudol.
Whereas the Hillsborough High School swim team was led by head coach Todd Sudol and assistant coach Adelaide Morgan. Adele. Sorry. And whereas the Hillsborough High School girls swim team won the Central Jersey sectional title for the second time in team history. And whereas the Hillsborough High School girls swim team is being recognized for the third year in a row by the National Interscholastic Swim Coaches Association as a Gold Scholar Team recipient. And whereas the NISCA Gold Award goes to teams with a 3.75 GPA or higher, and the Hillsborough High School girls swim team has a GPA of 3.896. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the mayor and the township committee of the Township of Hillsborough, do hereby commend all the members of the Hillsborough High School girls swim team, not only for their awards and championships they have won, but also for their unwavering teamwork, dedication, and sportsmanship throughout the year. Be it further proclaimed that we, the mayor and the township committee, further commend the girls swim team for the honor that they have brought to themselves, their team, and our community through their many achievements. Signed by the mayor and the members of the township committee. Congratulations. All right, boys swim team, come on up. All right. Whereas the 2015-2016 Hillsborough High School boys swim team also had a very successful season because of their hard work and dedication. And whereas the 2015-2016 high school boys swim team comprised of the following young athletes:
James Burns,
Michael Irwin,
Evan Morgan,
Sam Hendricks,
Kale O'Brien,
Carl Conrad,
Burton Wing,
Kevin Gibson,
Alex Gonzalez,
James Sistine,
Joshua Franco,
Matt Riley,
David Bates,
Whereas the Hillsborough High School boys swim team was led by head coach Todd Sudol and assistant coach Adele Morgan. And whereas the Hillsborough High School boys swim team earned the titles of Central Jersey sectional champions, their sixth sectional title in team history. And whereas the Hillsborough High School boys swim team is being recognized for the third year in a row by the National Interscholastic Swim Coaches Association as a Silver Scholar team. And whereas the NISCA Silver Award goes to teams with a 3.5 to a 3.749 GPA, and the Hillsborough Schools boys swim team has a GPA of 3.729. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, do hereby commend all the members of the Hillsborough High School boys swim team, not only for the awards and championships that they have won, but also for their unwavering teamwork, dedication, and sportsmanship throughout the season. Be it further proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Township Committee, further commend the boys swim team for the honor that they have brought to themselves, their team, and our community through their many achievements. Signed by the mayor and the Township Committee. Congratulations. Here's how we're going to organize it. We got, we're going to first look from the left side, look in one direction. One on the left side, one on the left side. Down the middle.
Good job. Carl.
Okay. So again, I just want to thank everyone, congratulate everyone on their proclamations this evening. For the swim teams, your coaches have a copy of that proclamation for each one of you, so make sure you grab one. And you're free to go if you want to leave. No strings attached, but thank you again for coming this evening, everyone.
Jack, tell him we said good job. Tell him we said good job. He wouldn't look at me. I'm like,
Eva.
April 9th. And we,
Melinda can
and
play,
we're going to have
you
team
can play at my
practices
place.
too.
You can play basketball at my place. You're taller than me.
Just text me what number you want for your shirt. Your jersey number.
What size shirt?
Okay,
What size shirt?
that's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Number 16 is good.
Jack, what
Hey,
size
Pam.
shirt?
Pam.
What size
Is
shirt?
he on our team?
Large?
It's a perfect night for
Good, okay. So, welcome back, everyone. We do not have any new business this evening, so moving on to public comment on matters that are not on this evening's agenda. If anyone has any comment, please come up to the mic. We'll get a chance to get everyone up here. Just please state your name and your address for the record.
My name is Jean Trujillo. It's spelled Trujillo, just for your minutes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Trujillo, and I live at 5 Barrett Court. The reason I'm here tonight, I had a question for you guys about the town zoning ordinances. I was actually speaking to Dr. Shipp at the Board of Education meeting on March 14th to ask about notification requirements for cell towers, telecommunications structures that are built within school, within schools. Sorry, I guess the zoning requirement says something to the effect of 2,000 feet minimum distance, minimum setback from a school. And I was curious because the Woods Road Firehouse is going to have a, okay, so I understand, I understand that you can't comment about that.
Yeah, I wasn't
in
sure if I
particular.
could, I was just going to ask.
No, absolutely. So in researching the Woods Road Firehouse cell tower that's being proposed, I discovered that there was another cell tower, Hillsborough 3. Verizon is putting a cell tower by the middle school over on Triangle Road, and that setback is actually I think it's like something on the order of 560 so forth feet. So it's less than 2,000 feet from a public school. So my question is, I actually went to the planning department, I talked to them about that, and they directed me to the zoning law and also the municipal land use law. So according to chapter 188 on land use law, it states that cell towers shall not be permitted, well actually, okay, so actually what it says is they're permitted in certain zones or conditional use in certain zones, and they're prohibited in all other zoning districts. Okay. Then it goes on to state in a later section that if the proposed antenna is in those zones, the following bulk minimum setbacks are required, and that is where it has the 2,000 feet from a public school. So my question is the intent for a cell tower to be always 2,000 feet from a school, or if a cell tower variance is granted where it's allowed to be placed in a residential/agricultural zone, that setback is not a requirement?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think I know where you're going. So, yeah, we do have, the zoning requirements that are established. And that's why actually the application is before the zoning board. So whenever anyone is looking for a variance from any of those conditions, they have to go before the zoning board, and the zoning board hears it, literally on a case-by-case basis, and it'll be up to their determination whether or not they'll grant that variance if they don't meet, in this case, those setbacks that you may have.
Right, so when I
stated.
spoke to Mr. Maskey over in the planning board, so we looked at the Verizon Hillsborough 3 request. It actually doesn't state that a variance is needed for a school. It's because basically they're placing the cell tower in a residential district, residential zone, which actually has no setback requirements. The only setback requirements are in a zone M, Q, et cetera. And basically there's no specific setback called out for. So my question is that intentional, or are they misreading the spirit of the zoning law? That was question one. And question two is, I understand municipal land use law states that they only have to notify residents within 200 feet of a proposed project, plus put a notice in the paper of record, which Verizon did do in this case. But they're asking for a variance on an existing law that basically says that cell towers are only, shall not be in any other area. They need a variance on it. If you're a parent at a school, you have no idea that this is happening. You can't even know that you're supposed to attend the Board of Adjustment meeting, which was back on March 16th. So that's my question. I feel like there's a gap in notification requirements.
Right. Well, with the notification requirements, and correct
The
me if I'm
notification-
wrong, that's established by the municipal land use law. So that's a
Correct.
state statute, so
Understood.
that's nothing that,
Understood.
each town gets to decide. So, so the
Well, no, actually,
legislature.
each town doesn't. It's stated in municipal land use,
Yeah.
it's only 200 feet.
Right.
So unless, or are you saying that if you
No, we couldn't
changed-
have, yeah,
Oh, you couldn't
it wouldn't have been
have-
up
You
to us if
misunderstood
we
him. He
wanted.
said it's set by state
Yeah,
law.
it's set by state
Period.
law, yeah.
Okay.
So that, again, that's established by state statute. But kind of to answer your first question, I'm going to turn that one over to Mr. Willard.
And your first question, I wasn't following all of it.
Okay, so what I was trying to get at is the zoning law has certain requirements.
When you refer to the zoning law, are you
Sorry,
referring
I'm-
to the township ordinance?
Yes,
Or are you
chapter
referring to the
188.
cell tower laws?
No, chapter 188.
Okay,
Chapter
180, you're
188.
referring to local ordinance.
Local ordinances, which states, it's 188-149, and it's Part C, where it says, if the proposed antenna is in those zones that do permit cell towers as a conditional use, these are the requirements.
It's-
Okay.
This
These
is,
are the requirements.
right, this is something that I had not read before
Okay,
tonight.
okay.
So I couldn't answer your question right now.
Okay.
But
Is it
if you
something-
have a concern about a proposed cell tower, my suggestion would be that the proper venue to address that would be wherever board it's in front of. I understand this particular application is before the zoning board of adjustment. So
Right.
these questions would be more appropriate to the zoning board of adjustment.
So, okay, so my second question is, how would I have known that this was actually in front of the Board of Adjustments?
The only thing I can tell you there is, and the deputy mayor has already answered that question, the municipal land use law is what the municipal land use law is. It has nothing to do with this governing body. We didn't set that law. The municipal land use law requires every applicant to notify property owners within 200 feet and also to publish a public notice. So you're correct. If you're not trolling the papers for a public notice, you're not going to know. Or if you're not within 200 feet, you're not
Right.
going to know. It's going to be up to those people within 200 feet to get the word out, or for people to look at the papers and check when notices are being published, because that, under the municipal land use law, is the only way you're going to know. And then they're also posted here.
Okay.
And actually, and also the agenda, I know, gets
Right,
published
so-
also, so.
That's true, too. You could
Yeah.
also you can also periodically look at every agenda that's posted for the boards.
Okay. So realistically, I mean, I understand what the law says, but realistically, people are really not looking for those things unless it's in the newspaper. The one on Triangle Road was not in the paper. I went back and I looked. I mean, the notice was in the paper, but, you know, just a general article about it was not in the paper. So it actually affects Hillsborough Middle School, right? Because it's 560 some odd feet from the middle school. I asked Dr. Shipp about it. He referred me to the Township Committee. He said, well, the Board of Education does not make the laws.
I believe the
Township-
school sent out a notice, didn't they, somebody? I thought there was, okay.
There was
I
no
don't know.
notice on either.
Yeah, and I
And
think
they're
that
not
might be.
required to do so.
And I understand that. They're not required to do so.
Right.
But
And
my question is, as a citizen of the township, how can I inform myself without, I mean, like, literally, like, every week, like, looking at the notice of hearings? I mean, is that the only method?
That is unfortunate because I think, the intent when the state passed those requirements, because it's the applicant that incurs the cost of those notifications. So they were trying to do something that was at least somewhat reasonable. Now, and I know, and this goes back, I know when Administrator Ferrera was on the committee, we had set our own policies when it came, if we were going to change a zone wholesale, we felt, that it would be our obligation under our expenses to notify as many people as possible. But we don't have the ability to require the applicant to do any more than what's required by the law, unfortunately. And
I understand that.
yeah, and unfortunately, I hate to say, use the terms they're saying, just kind of, looking at the, how'd you put it about, looking at the newspaper every week?
Trolling the
Trolling,
newspapers.
trolling,
the
yes.
newspapers, yes.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, because we only do it in the Beacon, so it's really limited to what is going on exclusively in town. So, the legal section isn't that large, or the legal
Understood.
notice section.
And as it happens, the Beacon recently has had some delivery issues. So I've been subscribing to the Beacon for 13 years. It's come through the mail.
Yep.
Probably in the last 6 months or so, it's switched to driveway delivery. Very sporadic. Yeah, so very sporadic. I missed the papers from January and February, which would have had if I happened to be looking through it, I missed the one for Hillsborough 3, which I just feel like there's a gap in notification. The mayor has an electronic newsletter. The Board of Education has an electronic newsletter. Kind of nice to, by the way, this is happening. I feel like it puts our citizens at a disadvantage when they would want to make a comment, but they don't know that it's happened. And now Cell Tower Hillsborough 3 is already approved. February 17th, it was approved when I went to look at the papers. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I feel like, and I will, if I may, give you a copy of.
Oh, I'm sure it's online.
It
right?
is online.
Yeah.
If you could take a look at the intent of it, because basically when I spoke with Mr. Maskey, he said that if they're asking for a use variance for residential and they're putting a cell tower there, they don't actually have to follow the 2,000 feet from a school. It's not, because they're asking for a use variance for residential. Like, there is no requirement on residential, because they did not intend for a cell tower, I think, the way I'm reading it, for a cell tower to be on residential land, so they did not have specific setback requirements.
There's another meeting there, Joe.
Hmm?
There's another meeting for the Board of Adjustment.
What, to address that ordinance?
You still have time. They haven't completed the application yet, so there will be
I
another
understand.
meeting with the Board of
Sure.
Adjustment. So
Yes.
you have your chance to go address the proper board if you have those
They
questions.
would refer just to this law, and that would be a
Well, they
separate-
will. That's what they do.
I know, but that doesn't help because
No,
they would.
I mean, I know what you're
But
saying,
you're
is
saying-
the other zoning ordinances, questioning is why it wasn't included in there, and, yeah, it's a good question, because it depends on when that zoning ordinance was passed, at the time, what the original intent was, or what was foreseeable.
So my
with
question
that
is,
being-
does the township committee update these?
Periodically,
these-
usually through the advice of the planning board. I don't think the zoning board does any recommendations, I don't recall them ever.
It will be through the planning board,
Yeah.
planning department.
Right.
And is that
There-
Mr. Maskey's department?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he sees there's a need to update a zoning ordinance, then he would pass that along. Unfortunately, you can't, once an application has been submitted, whatever zoning ordinances were in effect at the time that they made the application is what gets used at that time. And there's good reason behind that, because they don't want towns to come in and try to thwart, an applicant at the 11th hour, because then it gets to be, you get into all kinds of other conflicts there.
Well, I understand that.
But that might be, something that, you may be able to work with Mr. Maskey if you feel that there's a recommendation there for
Would
future.
we
Or,
do that? Or for you guys to do
well,
that?
any of us. I mean, if bring
Yeah,
it to anyone's
I can
attention.
handle that with you, and I can work with Mr. Maskey and Mr. Willard. We look at different zoning aspects all the time, and look at amendments where it makes sense when residents or businesses bring it up. So absolutely, we can take a look at that
Okay,
for
that
you.
would be great, because when I look further into the zones that are conditional use, I don't think there are any schools in those zones. So,
Okay.
all right,
Yeah,
thank you very
no,
much.
so thank you for bringing it
Thank
to
you.
our attention. Next, I think you're, yep, sure.
Hi.
Evening.
My name is Michael Penarchik. I live at 15 Valley Road in the township. And I would like to take the opportunity to comment on what I perceive as an ongoing problem. Okay. Valley Road has a weight limit of 4 tons. Frequently, too many times, the large commercial vehicles, the 18-wheelers, are going up and down the roads. Okay, I've gone to the police department several times. I've had officers come over my house and speak to me. I've even gone to the police station and voiced my concerns. And you can call me a skeptic, but I don't believe the enforcement of that weight restriction is given the due respect that it deserves, or the priority it deserves. And I think the problem can be solved relatively simply by signage. Okay, if you're familiar with 206, where it comes off about 206 comes off the right-hand turn of Valley Road.
Right.
You have that exit, right-hand turn. The sign for the 4-ton weight limit is on the south side of the traffic light. So once that truck driver gets in that traffic lane, there's no way he's going to be able to safely pull back into the flow of traffic. So he's almost committed to go down Valley Road. Okay? When I spoke to one officer, they said the sign, which is small, is a state sign, and the state has to move it. I think the problem could be alleviated to a great degree if they took that sign and moved it maybe 300 or 400 feet up the road, larger. So before the guys that are driving the rigs get to that exit ramp, there's a sign that says 4-ton limit. And when they had the fire at the VA, I wasn't aware. The township has a little, like a mobile sign that flashes a message.
Yep.
I'd like to see that brought out on a rotating message, on a rotating basis, because at that time, no heavy trucks on Valley Road. And it really, really alleviated the problem because it was highly visible and it got the message across. And the second thing on the sign is, when you go up Valley Road next to Roycefield Road, okay, the guys that are coming out of Roycefield Road, the sign, to me, is placed wrong, because you have to make a left-hand turn before you see the sign. So again, he's already committed with his big truck going down Valley Road. So I'd like to get the township, maybe to put some pressure on the state first of all, get that signage changed if I've been given accurate information, because it's on a state highway. Only the state can change it, because we're waiting for an accident to happen on Valley Road with the big trucks, with the school buses, kids, and you know the whole scenario. Again, I don't know what you think. I'd like to get the count, or somebody get on the state and somebody do something that solves the problem or goes to alleviate.
Sir, I'm the police liaison, and your chief is right there, so we'll take note of that and look into it for you.
Yeah,
Our traffic safety bureau
actually,
reached out to the state DOT to look
Okay.
into what we have to do to get additional signs on Route 206.
yeah, I just wanted the chief to come to the mic, because I could, the chief and I have been aware of this. I know the chief has been working on it. If you could just come to the mic, just so we have it on tape, thanks.
Yes, I had our Traffic Safety Bureau go out to the highway and inspect the signage, and they do believe that it would be beneficial to get some more signs out on the highway. And we're going to try to see what we can do, working with the state DOT to get that accomplished. In the meantime, I know we've been out there quite a bit over the past few days conducting enforcement posts, but we'll follow through with the DOT and see what we can do about getting additional signs out there. As far as the variable message board you referenced on, that was for an emergent circumstance, why we got it out there. For us to put it out there on a regular basis,
Not
we
on
do
a
it.
regular basis, a rotating basis, just to bring people, new people are always coming in and out, and it got your attention because it's, you know, the yellow lights.
Sure.
And it's something that alleviated it.
Even to put that variable message board out there, we need to get permission from the DOT each time we do that. So it's not as simple as just bringing it out there and setting it up. So.
Okay, that's what I thought, but again,
we'll look into it forward, and we'll see what we can do about getting permanent signs put out there.
okay, again, I just would like you to, you know, light the fire under the.
Sir, excuse me, can you talk into the mic, please? You have to talk
Pardon?
into the mic.
I just like you know, the council as a whole to light a fire under the feet of the state. I mean, honest. I understand to a limited degree that they move slowly, but I've lived on that road for years and years and years, and that sign has been there for years, and year upon year upon year upon, and nothing has been doing it. That's why I'm skeptical. Honest, I keep on getting answers, and I respect you, but nothing is ever done. So I think, honest, if you guys put your weight behind it, would have a whole lot more than me going and complaining.
Okay.
Okay, no,
Right.
definitely.
Thank you very much for your
No,
attention.
thank you for the
Have a
time.
good evening.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Any additional public, public comment on matters not on the agenda? Going once, twice, okay. So moving on, we do not have any public hearings this evening, so we'll be moving on to introduction of new ordinances. First up is ordinance 2016-04, an ordinance to amend, revise, and supplement the Township Code of the Township of Hillsborough, most notably Chapter 73, Officers and Employees, especially Section 73-116, Assistant Supervisor or Parks Duties, Section 73-126, Supervisor of Public Works Duties, and Section 73-129, Personnel, and Section 73-131, Duties of Assistant Supervisor of Public Works, and repealing where applicable the provisions of Ordinance Number 2011-24, and further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will take place on April 26, 2016. This ordinance expands the duties of certain supervisory personnel in the Parks and Public Works Departments to permit additional job functions to be performed, more specifically supervisory functions. This will allow for further streamlining of the two departments from a supervisory perspective. May I have a motion to introduce the ordinance?
So moved.
Second?
Okay. Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committee Member Shett?
Yes.
Committee Member McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Siraj?
Yes. Okay, so that's it for introduction. So we are moving on to considerations. Consideration number one, resolution awarding contracts for Hillsborough Millstone Municipal Alliance Services for the second half of the 2015-2016 fiscal year, January 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2016. These contracts are awarded through the Hillsborough Municipal Alliance allow for various drug, alcohol, life skills, and prevention programs. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor McCauley?
Yes.
Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 2, resolution authorizing the mayor and the township clerk to execute the 2016-2017 shared services health agreement between Hillsborough Township and Millstone Borough. This is just another example of what we try to do here in the township to have sharing of resources, and of course reducing the burden on our budget, reducing costs. So may I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 3, resolution authorizing Mazer Consulting, PA, to provide professional services associated with the review, update, and certification of the tax maps of the Township of Hillsborough in an amount not to exceed $9,900 pursuant to Mazer's proposal dated February 23rd, 2016. This update is necessary to include newly developed areas and must be certified by a licensed surveyor before the tax maps can be finalized. May I have a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call,
Mayor
please.
Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 4, resolution to authorize change order number 2 for sanitary sewer installation on Winding Way. OTS-NJ was awarded a contract for the sanitary sewer installation project and has been determined that additional drainage work is needed for the project. This will not increase the overall cost of the project as it is being offset by another line item that was not fully utilized. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 5, resolution authorizing the hiring of Sheila Castellano as Secretary in the Department of Public Works, effective April 4th, 2016, at a salary of $32,323 per year. There exists a vacancy in the position of Secretary in the Department of Public Works. Ms. Castellano has been recommended to fill the said vacancy by the Director of Public Works. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais?
Deputy Mayor, just a quick comment. I had an opportunity to interview Ms. Castellano along with Director Rich Reserve and Assistant Manager Mr. DeAngelis, and also she has over 25 years of experience as Executive Assistant Office Manager. I think she'll be a great addition to the department. So, thank you.
Great. So you concur with the recommendation of?
Correct.
Excellent. Any additional comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 6, resolution authorizing the hiring of Paul Black as a full-time building inspector in the Township of Hillsborough Building Department effective April 4th, 2016, at a salary of $54,675 per year. Again, there exists a vacancy in the position of full-time building inspector in the building department. Mr. Black has been recommended to fill the said vacancy by the Director of Building. May I have a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Any comments from the dais?
Yes, another comment. I had an opportunity also to interview Mr. Black with Code Official Mr. Fiedler and Subcode Official Mr. Perlman. And again, making that recommendation, Mr. Black has over 30 years of business, his own personal business, so fits well with the township on our customer service, and feel he also is going to be able to step in and do a really good job.
Great, thank you. Any additional comments from the dais? Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mayor Burchett?
Yes.
Mayor McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 7, resolution authorizing the hiring of Jennifer Carabelli.
You are Italian, right? Carabelli.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm having an
Castellano,
off night.
Carabelli.
I'm having an off night.
Ravioli.
Okay. To the position of part-time field inspector in the township's tax assessor office, an hourly rate of $19 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week. Again, there exists a vacancy in the position of part-time field inspector in the tax assessor's office. Ms. Carabelli has been recommended to fill said vacancy by the tax assessor. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais?
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, again. An opportunity to interview Ms. Carabelli with our tax assessor in the back, Ms. Blaney, and also interviewed with her deputy, Ms. Hollenbach. And we, again, recommend Ms. Carabelli has experience already as a appraiser, so I think she'll be a great addition as well to Deborah's team.
Great. Thank you. And I already got an approving nod from our tax assessor, and a thumbs up. Okay. So, any additional comments from the dais? No? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committee Burchett?
Yes.
Committee McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 8, resolution authorizing the execution of a contract for video production services to Premier Media, LLC, in amount not to exceed $9,000. May I have a motion?
So moved.
All right. Second.
Any comments from the dais? No. Comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committee Burchett?
Yes.
Committee McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. Consideration number 9, resolution authorizing CME Associates to conduct an assessment of environmental conditions and provide a preliminary assessment report for Block 186, Lot 21, and Block 90 and Lot 16.01 as they relate to the township's affordable housing plan in accordance with the technical requirements for site remediation NJAC 76:26C in a total amount not to exceed $7,500. This resolution authorizes CME to provide environmental assessment of the above-mentioned property. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais?
No.
From the floor, seeing none, roll call, please.
Committee Burchett?
Yes.
Committee McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. And moving on to the consent agenda, may I have a motion to approve this evening's consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments from the dais? From the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committee Member Burchett?
Yes.
Committee Member McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. May I have a motion to approve claims list 2016-06?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
No.
Seeing none or hearing none, roll call, please.
Committee Member Burchett?
Yes.
Committee Member McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes. And this concludes this evening's regular meeting this evening. However, we do have an executive session meeting. Ms. Barak, please read the executive resolution.
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the Township Committee is of the opinion that such circumstances exist, now therefore it be resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough and the County of Somerset, State of New Jersey as follows. Number 1, the public shall be excluded from the discussion of the hereinafter specified subject matter. Number 2, the general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows. Personnel. Number 1, Mark Hoffman, disciplinary hearing. B, attorney-client privilege. Number 3, the Township Committee may take official action on those items discussed in the executive session upon the completion of the executive session. Number 4, the minutes of the discussion shall be made available to the public as soon as the matters under discussion are no longer of a confidential or sensitive nature. Number 5, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Thank you. May I have a motion?
So moved. Greg.
Second. Sorry.
Wonderful. Okay, roll call, please.
Committee Burchett?
Yes.
Committee Member McCauley?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sarachi?
Yes, and we will now move to executive session.